So my doctor diagnosed me with PCOS, and she basically told me that I was at risk for a lot of very scary things. And she also told me that my weight gain was going to be uncontrollable and that there was absolutely nothing that I could do to overcome this. My response to her was, watch me.
Jillian here from PCOS Naturally. Wow. Oh my God.
So that's not what happened. I cried in the car. That's really what happened. Cried in the car, and then I went home and did more research, and then was depressed for about 2 weeks. So I had a really hard time with my diagnosis, just considering all of the side effects, that I was looking at. I was looking at things like heart disease, diabetes, uterine cancer, infertility, and then of course, weight gain. My doctor was just like, yeah, there's nothing that we can do about this. I can put you on cholesterol medicine right now to try to, keep your cholesterol down, or if you want to have a baby, we can put you on fertility drugs. Like, she had a drug for every symptom, but there was nothing for the root of the problem. I was eating right, I was working out, I was just doing all the right things, drinking a gallon of water a day. Like, I did everything that I was told to do to lose weight. If I hear you gotta burn more calories than you consume one more time, I was so frustrated with everything because nothing was working. Lo and behold, it was this hormonal disorder, aka PCOS, that was preventing me from losing any weight. So I had a really hard time trying to make peace with everything. As far as I was concerned, all these complications like heart disease, diabetes, and all these other things weren't too far in my future because I was gaining weight so rapidly. I gained 10 pounds in 1 month. 10 pounds. I don't even think pregnant women gain weight like that unless it's like the last trimester. I heard that happens, but I gained 10 pounds and I wasn't eating anything that I shouldn't have been eating. I was eating normally, but again, that was just the hormones going haywire. But that was pretty scary. Anywho, one friend of mine who would meet me with positivity, and he actually went above and beyond with that because I confided in him about what was going on, and he sends me this link and he says, hey, you should check this out. You should look into it. And I looked into it, and it was Dr. Sebi. So basically, he put me onto this alkaline vegan diet. Now I know. Don't click off the video. Don't click off the video. I see you about to click off. As soon as I said vegan, I know y'all was like, no, not vegan. Let me tell you that I used to be that person who was like, no, I can never give up. Not my cheese. I was that person. I was vaguely familiar with Dr. Sebi. I remember seeing that nutritional guide and being like, well, what are you supposed to eat? What is this? But what he did was he sent me that nutritional guide, and then he also sent me to a Facebook group that pretty much discussed recipes and different herbs for healing. I was able to go right to the search bar and type in, what I was dealing with, and there was just so much information on how to actually heal from it. So if you're unfamiliar with Dr. Sebi teaches an alkaline diet, and eating alkaline, just in a nutshell, is healing foods that are complete in their DNA and that helps the body return to its natural state of being, which is being healthy, being well. It's abnormal to be sick. It's abnormal to be, all these things that we've normalized. This has nothing to do with me losing weight, but being broke is abnormal. It's abnormal. Being unhealthy, like I said, is abnormal. I'm getting off on a tangent, but at the time, I was desperate because I was looking at heart disease and diabetes, and I said, okay, I'm gonna do what I need to do because I would love to live past 40. So let's do it. Lo and behold, I enjoy the food so much. Like, I would eat some of this food and be borderline upset that I went all of my life not trying this food. Now, it doesn't look like much. I will tell you this, you're gonna look at it and be like, sis, I don't know about this. But when I tell you this food is delicious, like I'm taken aback every time I try something new. I just have one of those moments where I take a taste of it and I'm just like,
really?
It's that good. But I'll also add this to it. Food has become less about what it tastes like and more about how it makes me feel. Let me show you what I mean by that. So when I was undiagnosed and I was just kind of eating whatever, I was dealing with a lot of different things, and I didn't like to claim it, and I'm still uncomfortable claiming this, but I was depressed. I would just wake up I can't even say in the morning, because first of all, I was up all night. I was up till 5 a.m., 6 a.m. every night. And then I would sleep till about 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And then I would just lay there, and I honestly felt like life wasn't worth getting out of bed. And the scary thing about that was I thought that was normal. I thought it was normal. And I pretty much work for myself, so I don't have a boss that's saying, hey, get out of bed, hey, do this. You know, I'm my own boss. So I would just stay in bed all day. And I didn't think that, I knew that was an issue, but I didn't care. And that was the cloud of depression that I had over me, and that's one of the symptoms of PCOS is depression. I'm still very uncomfortable claiming that for other reasons, but yeah, that was the mindset where I was. Now, when I made the shift to alkaline veganism, before anything happened, I just felt better. I didn't even make the connection to I'm gonna beat this thing or, you know, what have you. It was so far from my mind because I felt so good. First of all, I was waking up at 9 o'clock in the morning. I forgot there was a 9 o'clock in the morning. What? Sunshine? What is this? And not only would I wake up earlier, but I woke up feeling like a little kid on Christmas morning for no reason at all. I felt so good, and that was the start of things. So at the end of the day, because of what this alkaline journey has done for my life, I can honestly say that this diagnosis was the best thing that ever happened to me. Life does not happen to you. Life happens for you, right? So had it not been for this condition, I would have never been serious enough to tackle this alkaline journey, and I would have never done it, and I would have never experienced how good I feel, because being depressed and just kind of feeling so and just going through life, you know, going through the motions was normal. And I didn't realize how wonderful life could be, how wonderful I could feel. And even when I started to see things turn around, I refused to claim things like, oh, I'm suffering from blah, blah, blah. No, I am healing from polycystic ovarian syndrome, and I do not accept anything other than that from other people, from myself. No, I am healing from polycystic ovarian syndrome. Now, I'm sure a lot of you will be saying like, well, hey, you could have did keto. Keto worked for me to an extent. I think I lost about 6 pounds on keto, and then I plateaued. Nothing else happened. I was still sad. We're just gonna call it sad. I was still sad, still had acne, still was waking up, you know, still didn't have energy in the morning, still was up all night. I still had digestive issues too. I didn't talk about that, but I had major digestive issues. Pretty much, I still had all my issues with keto, and I don't feel like keto was healing. I think keto was just kind of, oh, you can lose the weight. And I only lost 6 pounds. So you can try keto if you want to. If you feel like you can't give up meat and dairy, you can try keto. But I'm all for Dr. Sebi. So basically, after adapting the alkaline vegan lifestyle, the weight just fell off. It got to a point where I almost was like, okay, this is happening too fast. I don't want to get too skinny too fast, which, you know, coming from someone who struggled to lose weight, that's a nice problem to have for once. But I eventually lost 20 pounds. I do need to address this because I don't think that my subscribers are going to have a problem with what I just said, but I know that there are going to be people on the internet who have an issue. In no way am I body shaming myself. In no way am I fat shaming myself. My body was beautiful when I was 20 pounds heavier, and it is beautiful now, okay? My body when I was 20 pounds heavier was not healthy. That's the issue there. It was not healthy. I couldn't walk up a flight of steps without becoming winded. I couldn't lay down on my left side without having heart palpitations. You know, there were just so many different things that just didn't feel good. This worked for me and my body, so that's why I'm doing it. And again, this alkaline vegan diet, I'm not saying it's the end all be all and it's the only way, but it was the only way for me and my body. This for you is just an option. So that is how I lost 20 pounds with polycystic ovarian syndrome. It was something that, you know, initially when I first got it diagnosed, that I was just like, okay, I don't think that that's possible. According to my doctor, you know, I'm going to have this uncontrollable weight gain. But it speaks to how food is truly our medicine. So I just wanted to thank everybody who just showed so much love and support on the last video. I did not go unnoticed, and you really, I was taken aback by everything. I really have the best subscribers, seriously. I just thank you guys for being progressive with everything and focusing on solutions and just sharing those solutions with me. That really means a lot, and it resonates with me. And you know, I touched on just how I feel about things like that. So you guys did not disappoint. You went above and beyond. I really wasn't expecting it. I just wanted it to be out there so people understood, but you guys definitely exceeded my expectations, and I appreciate you more than you know. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Stay inspired, stay empowered, and stay beautiful. Peace.